Okay, welcome back to my opinion. Uh, this video is going to be probably a little depressing, but it's going to be truth biting you in the ass. The United States is right around 240 years old, roughly. Great civilizations such as Rome, Egypt, Greece, etc., many others, lasted from anywhere from 2 to 4,000 years each. Europe has been around uh, for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands. Um, if we don't start learning history and respecting history, we're going to fall like Rome, only a lot sooner. The United States has this notion that we are unstoppable, that we are the greatest nation in the world. We're a great nation, no doubt. We are a great nation. But we are not the best at everything. We may be the best in some things, but we're not the best in everything. We're a great place to live, but there's lots of other great places to live. If we don't start acknowledging that we are losing our edge, that we are on a slope headed towards history repeating itself. Rome, for example, fell from within long before it fell from outside sources. The barbarians basically just picked what was left. They were the hyenas that came along and ate what the lions left for them. We're killing ourselves. We're destroying democracy with all of this wokeness. We are constantly battling, bitter, fussing about stupid stuff, such as who can use what bathroom. We're all screaming, "We're a racist country. We're not racist." Blah blah blah. In which we're not a racist country. Systemic racism is a myth. Do a little research on it. To become a systemic racist country, there has to be certain qualities, and they're just not there. Oh, the police are killing black people. No, they're not. Police kill on average about 1,000 people a year. 2/3 of them are white. Is there racism? Of course there's racist people, but it's not a systemic problem. We are constantly interfering in other countries, just like Rome did, constantly, and we hide under the guise of national security. No, all we need to secure is our borders, which, by the way, is another huge problem. We have a certain, quantity of people in this country who don't think it's that important to secure our borders. Post 9/11. We are sliding down a slippery slope, and we're getting ready to step off the edge if we keep going. We're spending and spending and spending. Rome did that. Rome just exhausted its resources. What is it now? $30 trillion. China owns a large percentage of this country, of America, the United States. We keep going into these stupid wars like Afghanistan and Iraq and interfering with everyone else and sending trillions of dollars, billions at least, billions of dollars to countries like Ukraine. Hey, I feel for Ukraine. But we've got problems here in the United States. We've got a lot of, in case you haven't noticed, if you don't live in a city, and even in the country you may notice this in small towns. Just go to any city if you are unaware of this, and you will see vast numbers of homeless people. We shouldn't be sending a penny anywhere until we are secure and our people are off the streets and Americans have health care. You know, you get sick in this country, in America, you know, talking about the best country in the world, you get sick in this country, you can do everything right. Pay off your home, retire from a couple of jobs, not getting any debt. You're 75 and you get cancer or you get dementia. Nothing you did. You go in a nursing home, it's all gone. You lose it all. And you can even have the best health care. 20% of $1 million is you're broke. Think about that. You know, there's a lot of things, all that money we're throwing over in Africa and we're giving to Ukraine and, you know, all these bases like in Japan and Germany. Take care of yourselves. Build your own military up. Do you see Finland and Sweden kissing Russia's ass? No. They have militaries, and they're prepared to go to war if they have to. As long as you don't mess with them, they don't mess with anyone. Switzerland. Australia. Australia gets dragged into stuff by us all the time. Well, you're our ally, aren't you? Oh, okay, fine. You know, we need to start doing some of that stuff. We need to worry about the good old US of A. Start fixing things. You know, whether if you're a Republican or Democrat, we haven't had a surplus since Bill Clinton. You know, I mean, like it or not, Trump spent a lot of money too. And Biden, or whoever's running Biden, is just throwing money into the furnace. You know, we've got our interior is falling apart, bridges falling apart, while people are on them. Schools just look horrible, need to be rebuilt. Our education system, we have a bunch of teachers in this country, most teachers in this country, who are nothing but whiny crybabies, who do nothing but complain about how they're not getting paid, how they're being treated by students and everybody else. Start showing some progress. If you worked in the private sector and all your kids were idiots, you'd be fired. Our military is becoming weaker and weaker. I mean, they've lowered the standards. Not only are men cutting their hair and putting on a bikini and competing against real women, females, real females, biological females, but our military wants to talk about transgenders, you know, and females should be in the combat arms. You know, I was in the National Guard. I was a combat engineer at 12 Bravo. There was no such thing as women in that MOS. Infantry, you know, there's only a handful of combat arms. A woman cannot carry me. I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. A woman cannot pick me up and lug me over their shoulders. A lot of guys can't do it. I'm on the 60, so I've got an M60 with me as well. And, you know, it's not being a bigot, it's being realistic. Women are not physically as strong. And we have a military that doesn't want to acknowledge that. We have our government who's letting people come across the borders. We're throwing money out the door. We're not taking care of our people or our structure. We're well on our way to becoming the best, largest civilization that ever existed that fell the fastest. Start studying history and start voting people out. We've got to get rid of a lot of these people, Democrat and Republican. Just like Rome, we've got battles with Republicans and Democrats can't do anything anymore. It's just the party. It doesn't have anything to do with our country anymore. Hell, some of those people, you can't even wave the American flag, they're offended. The national anthem offends them. Study history. We are going to be the greatest civilization that ever existed that fell the fastest. Like, share, and subscribe. Be safe and stay safe. And remember, someday in history, if that happens, people may look back on this very video and say, well, they seen it coming, but they were just, why they didn't do anything, who knows? Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.